Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the meeting to order at 11:02. Please note the exits to where you are seated and spoken, cell phone. No cell phones allowed. At this point in time, we're gonna announce the result of the annual budget vote and trustee election. Could you just come this way, please? We're going to go. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, proposition number one, the budget passed a vote of 959 yeses and 477 noes. Proposition number two, transportation, passed with 878 yes votes and 550 no. For the trustees, the person with the most, the first two numbers are the highest for our new trustees. For 841 votes, Juan Leon has seat number one. For 780 votes, Chris Neering has seat number two. Chris Papil had a vote of 525, and Sydney Martin had 452.
Congratulations to Juan Leo and Chris Darren. And once again, the proposition number one, which is the budget, passed 954, yes, 477 no. And proposition two, 878 yes, and 550 no. At this point in time, can I have a motion to adjourn at 11:04? So moved. Carol, Seahawk. I need a second.
I'm intervening motion. Okay. I'd like to make a motion that the superintendent shall provide the board with any and all documentation in connection with the interview process for the interim assistant super for business and finance. This documentation shall be inclusive of names and all members of the selection committee, standards for moving the candidates forward, and all documents used to rate all candidates. This documentation shall be provided to the board no later than close of business on Wednesday, 5/21. Second. So
Megan, hold on, Megan, that's some, I guess. First, the county council.
okay, so at our last meeting, we appointed the new interim assistant superintendent of finance. There has been some questionable records associated with this individual. There was a request from the board president of the superintendent to explain and speak to this. I had not seen any follow-up correspondence or any discussion of this matter, so I'm just requesting that the Board of Education be provided with the documentation of how he got from point A to point B, so that it was transparent for the Board of Education.
And I just want to say that the following would occur in executive session for the documentation that the board would need to review and any discussion that would take place. So the motion is on the table. All in favor of the motion? Caroline Bannon, Chris can't vote. Chris cannot vote. You can't vote. So Caroline Bannon, Megan Messman, and Whitney Cashel. Yes, all those, no? No. LJ, Leslie Craig, and Carol Seymour. As stated before, the information will be provided in executive session.
I'd like to make a motion. Be it resolved that the Board of Education send the completed 2024-2025 superintendent evaluation file to the superintendent. The superintendent shall provide the final comments back to the board by the close of business on May 23rd. Board president shall then sign and ensure the district clerk files the electronic and paper copies of the superintendent's 2024-2025 performance review.
Caroline Bannon, Whitney Cashel. Go ahead.
I'm bringing this up because there was extensive conversation throughout the past year about ensuring that we completed this annual review, which was not done last year. We want to make sure it gets done this year. The board spent multiple emails hashing out the time and within our own email thread, you're supposed to complete this last May, because we want to make sure that trustee hearing is part of the process. Now, here we are, May 20th, and he is not. However, he was part of the process up until the final meeting, which was Tuesday, last week. So we did all the work. We all talked about it. So we want to make sure that he gets done.
I also would like to state that we did meet, as trustee Fanning has stated, and the superintendent had an opportunity to provide her feedback. And there was also an opportunity for the Board of Education to come back to the table and have any discussion as to whether they wanted to make any revisions in the evaluation. I sent email out to the Board of Education asking if they wanted to meet, and I did not get a response from anyone except for one person. So the Board of Education has the right, when it comes to the superintendent evaluation, after we meet the superintendent, to come back to the superintendent, to come back as a board to see if there's any changes that we would like to make. So the motion is on the table. All those in favor of the motion? Aye. Caroline Fanning, make investment, make example, those opposed? Aye. Aye. Motion failed. Motion failed for this 3-3. Carol, see you off. Motion to adjourn at 11:09. Carol, see you off first. Leslie Donnie, second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries.